Hello everyone, I'm MePhone4 and I'm Son of Beast, and this is NBA2k23 on 2K Sports. What is up guys, OJ here, and this is the next matchup. As we're about to see this next matchup of the NBA games. Next up on the list here is the Phoenix Suns facing on against Atlanta Hawks. Last season was a crusher because the Thunders had destroyed the Hawks. What a terrific part of the game, and with an unmakeable mistake of Trae Young. He hasn't made that one a great shot of his ability with his own career. And for the first round of itself against Miami was definitely a tough one, than you think. Oh, and don't mind these other twos, because those are the other twos that definitely made the clutch title of the playoffs. But this one, this team of Atlanta Hawks didn't make the good step in through. They already made way all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals to face against the Milwaukee Bucks, but was lost short because at this point Giannis Antetokounmpo stakes it away from the team. It looks like they are finding another way to get back into the game. They want the Hawks to win the finals because they haven't spotted any players making a title that far. And that was pretty long recent here since Mutombo has really gotten some great things that he has already been turning things down. Now, this is about to happen things in between the Suns and the Hawks. A tight team make. Here are the starting lineups here for the Suns and the Hawks. Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Mikal Bridges, Torrey Craig, and DeAndre Ayton. And if you know about Jay Crowder, he is not here. Why? We're not going to tell you anything, because there might be a little situation in between, but I'm not sure what it will be. And for the Hawks, Trae Young, Bojan Bogdanovic, AJ Griffin, Jalen Johnson, and Clint Capella. That is right. We know about everything about Clint Capella because he's the bestest player in the center. Well, let's get into this game, and I will have Son of Beast along with Fan and Lightbulb to have the presentation up for the coverage to start. Take it away, guys. I'll see you all here for the later for the halftime and post-game show. 2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA. Thank you so much for joining us here for tonight's game. And right now, this is the next matchup as the Hawks take on against the Suns of Phoenix. Right now, Hall of Famer David Aldridge is here on the sideline, so let's have a report for him.
Thank you very much. Now the calls to shorten the NBA season continue. One NBA president has even suggested a 58-game schedule. And for the playoffs, one and done. He says there's a reason people tune into every football game. The college tournament in 63 games gets more TV money than we do in our entire regular season. The more drama, the more TV ratings, the more money. Kevin?
Let's not to worry about that one here. Thank you so much.
More practice time and all.
And yes, that's definitely true.
And don't be surprised in that one here. Maybe we would love to see the good looking of the moment here. The Super Bowl is definitely one of our favorites here. Of course, the Super Bowl commercial. I wouldn't have to dare about that one, but it may be tough though. So my only decision making, I mean, they're very tough that you can feel like they are on the move.
Key matchup of the lineups here for the starters of Chris Paul and Trae Young. Monty Williams and Nathan McMillan are the head coaches in between. It looks like this Atlanta core is looking very strong. I never see how this turned out. What do you think? I'm just really understanding of what this turned out. Maybe that might be a very tough look in you thinking. I really like seeing things going in between by the hands of it. And yeah, speak of it to say about that one there, they're very tough to be true that they want. Rejected by Capella. What a great stop on a defender. Now that's what
you have to call for. The first stopper of the night.
Young. Bogdanovich. First three-pointer can't hit the run for the first possession. Going back the other way is Craig. Finds Paul. Looks over to Ayton. Tries again. And he makes the shot bucket didn't count it. And just the only good 2-point bucket score.
Only bucket drive, just have something a little bit often. Just one hand with the hook.
Chris Paul receives his first assist here in this game against the Hawks. Here's Griffin, covered by Bridges. Now it's Bogdanovich. Rolling over to Johnson. Back over to Bogdanovich. Booker with him now. 5 to shoot. Almost rejected. With the one hand, Ayton denied the blocking shot ability.
He can't go around with that.
Oh, Ayton just slammed it down. What a tough stop.
I just see that one. It looks like that Ayton was definitely rejecting the ball very hard. It just made a handle to make that one stoppability to try to make it over it. How tough can it be? It really does.
Griffin over Bridges. Griffin misses the shot. Bridges with his first rebound here with just only 4:20 to go. Now here's Booker. Booker surveying the floor. Goes right back to Ayton. Now swings over to Craig. Over around Johnson. Count the bucket and one. As Johnson picks up his first personal and Craig at the free throw line shooting one. That'll be Atlanta's first team foul here in the game.
I just know that one here. As you can definitely tell, that one they're very tough ones, making shot angle buckets and scoring. I'm really sure that they're just trying to keep an eye on them just in case. They always do. They really have some great technology to give that one a good run. Maybe there might be somebody else here that could be going up behind.
Craig makes the free throw and extends the lead up by 7. Hawks trail by 7. Young finds over Bogdanovich. Now Griffin is over on the other hand. Back over to Bogdanovich. Young and Johnson for 3. Good! The bucket's made! They finally on the board! Here's Chris Paul. Finds over Booker. Booker lifts over to Bridges. Craig tries again. Leaks is over to Bridges. Talk about Devin Booker here. They're very tough shots here to try to make a good look over him. Well, it doesn't feel with the loss coming in between.
I'm sure this was really enough to take the momentum out there. It just really couldn't stop and control. But it's too much to make it resist him now because if that really happens to us. They know for something better and just a bite by anybody that really has done it. And it's very not hard. But it cannot be stopped here until this happens to be one way to another. And I just agree that one. Devin Booker are really a good players in this one. Really wanted to take advantage with the team to make the playoff spot. And going back in the Western Conference, I mean, too much to call.
What a drive by Ayton. That's another bucket score for the Suns. They extend by 6.
Ayton drive, they really need it.
First timeout called out by Atlanta with 2:44 remaining. Just a couple of buckets here of Johnson and Young. And a lot of point scores here for the Suns. Just keep on going.
You don't want to mess that one up. As you can definitely tell, this was definitely the only thing that nobody has ever heard. It just really understands it. And just the one thing I really have to tell, it is very different to make that one a mistakable run to get away with it. And then you make that one a good deal. I agree. This always happens to be one thing at all time. Just to talk about that. And when you can call with the man on transition there, you're going to need to try to fix things up a bit.
New substitution change here for the Suns and the Hawks as one player checks out for Craig and the new player comes in for Sarge. And the other team is making new changes. Capella is checked out. Right now, that Okongwu is checked in. Ayton making a good rebound here. That's number 2. Here's Paul outside, covered by Young. He swings over to Ayton, brings it back to Paul. Step back, fade away. Paul missed the first shot.
That's tough shots because this wasn't going to happen like that, but it's too much to make a reside on.
Bogdanovich, screen on a Kongu. Make a 2. Splash that down. It's down by 4. Booker going back the other way. Booker surveying around the floor. Things over to Paul. Moves over to Ayton. Ayton! Wow! Went around the man on a Kongu. He just really didn't stand alone like that.
He is very tough. And just the way to make a little decision here, it just really has to turn things up.
What a stoppage. Johnson on Saric. A minute and a half to play in the first period. And Johnson fouled by Ayton. That's his first foul, first team foul on Phoenix. And now the first free throw's coming up for Jalen Johnson for the Atlanta Hawks. Just going at the line to shoot 2.
I'm seeing things are just going to be very tough to know about Jalen Johnson. I've never seen anybody with the last names. Cameron Johnson? Jalen Johnson? I mean, there are too many Johnsons to call with their last names. Too tough to be called right now. It may be too much.
Well, there might be a lot of Johnsons with a name, so you have to keep an eye on that one here.
Indeed, I would.
Johnson makes the first free throw. New changes coming in for the Hawks as free players are checked out. Free players are checked in as Holiday, Culver, and Kaminsky deferred are checked in. Johnson moves over to small forward. Second free throw for Johnson's good. He finally has his first bucket. Here's Paul. Phoenix lead by 4. Now swings off to Booker. Calling for jump ball. It's in between Booker and another ending off with a good run. What, just one more check on mobile of this one, the block drive of Ayton.
He's really well into this one here. I'm just seeing things very good and out to that point. Ayton is just making his way right. Top always. He is the biggest man.
Phoenix recovers it. Here's Paul back the outside. Booker outside. Step back for 3. He can't get it to go that time. Johnson takes the other way. Finds over to Kaminsky. Now moves to Holiday. Holiday back to Johnson. Johnson inside. Rejected by Ayton. That is number 2.
Oh man, I don't know what to say.
Whoa! Saric with the dunk. He just added 1.
Hush a quiet shout out. Oh man, this is going to be a very tough one in the first period. I'm just really seeing that what is going to be happening like there.
30 seconds to play in the first period. Culver up. Makes a shot over Paul. That goes with his first 2 buckets score. Good call with that one. Paul finds Ayton. Another back switch as Paul picks up the assist.
They're really good on that one. And as for Ayton himself, he's got 10 points already. He's really like going in for flying machine.
Culver, another good angle look here and a 2-point drive. Don't want to waste the time. Paul with the ball. Finds Saric. Looks over to Bridges. Saric. Paul for 3. Oh, and he made that one in there. A tough times roll. He is really well into that one.
Until that one, Chris Paul, CP3 knows the deal.
That concludes the first period. We'll get to the second period when we come back. In now for the second period as we're about to get started right into this setup. As for our Atlanta Hawks, they are the only teams that have never been facing up here for the challengers in between the hand.
And I'm going to tell you now because there are very tough teams that are going to be trying to like keep it over from the other angle. And just to say that it's very tough to keep an eyes on. Maybe there might be another way to get over. But sometimes, however, they really need it. Outside look. Griffin going for three. Rejected over by Capella. Kaminsky makes a drive. And great feed off by Capella. Capella's got a great run to make that one a good transition in between. I mean, he's really like a smart on deck. Cameron binds over to Lee. Swings over to Craig. Craig back over to Lee. Lee with the shot. First bucket didn't go in for Lee. Griffin outside. A switch move up again, and he's fouled by Craig. Craig with another foul, second team foul on the Suns. They're shooting another free throws here at the line for the Atlanta Hawks. A.J. Griffin going to try to slam it. It looks like he was out of range to make the tough ones right. Out of angles are too much to get over from your real ideas. When you're going to get over with the slam dunk, it looks like you're not going to succeed at the timing right. It may be too much to give over it. A little bit short off with the shot. And I just didn't really know what's going to happen with Culliver. It's just really going to say that he was going to try to hit off the deck. But he was a little too soon to get over it. It's Griffin now. Ah, my bad. Griffin has the second free throw down. The Hawks trail by 4. Payne rolls over to Okoji. Okoji going over to Payne. Now moves the ball back to Lee. Back to Payne. 5 to shoot. Craig around him, and he's fouled by Kaminsky the third. That's another team foul on Atlanta. 4:49 is stopped, and right now at the free throw line are putting another look on Torian Craig. Yeah, Torian Craig was definitely going to try to make that one shots. I mean, very tough to be honest. He really wanted to try to stay out of putt. Eastern Conference battling the Western Conference is a very big deal. Delightful words. Questions asked if there's anything in between. I understand though. They're really a tough moment at that point. But when you're thinking of this matchup, you want that one to make a great setup change. Griffin's checked out as Bogdanovich is checked in. Second free throw for Craig is good. Craig has got 5 points in this game. Here's Young. He finds over Bogdanovich. Moves back over to Kaminsky. Wrote to Young. With the screen, Capella. Young, spin move, drive in the paint. Look at that move for Young. Oh, he's just really amazing. I know that Young is just going to be a good moment to take the deck out of it. And that was a mobile one drive on Atlanta with Trae Young back in town. Lee, right back to Craig. Craig around him with another one and taking drive back to back again. Damian Lee has gotten 12 points after a loss against the New Orleans Pelicans and the #1 seed in first place. Oh yeah, definitely to tell that one there. It's just for sure, it just keeps like a good momentum out there. I mean, New Orleans Pelicans are like in first place. This never really happened, but it looks like it did. What a rejection by Craig. Craig has got his first block of the game. He's unstoppable. And a dunk! Craig is picking up speed. That's 9 points. An assist by Lee. He's perfect on the 3-on-3 field goal percentage. Now the Hawks are calling timeout here in the first half. They're going to need to make some quick calls on that one here. Make quick calls, make some changes.
The tough one's already been out there like you've never seen it before. And just to keep a momentum on eyes look here, How does this really turn out that the Atlanta Hawks are definitely professional to go over from again?
Well, they're very tough to be honest with that one. They're really tough to make the decision here. And we remember this one before from the 2021 NBA All-Star in Season 5.
This was the only way that everybody really likes to keep an eyes on.
Definitely for me, of course. They are definitely a best plays ever that they have already done here. As for the 2 seasons, they're really like a tough one to keep an eyes on the targets here. They're prime. They're always keeping it simple, and they are just going to need to try to like get over for the next angle. I mean, they're very tough though. Just be honest with me saying about this one. And maybe that moment of time, I think Trae Young is still going to be in the All-Star game. You could feel it.
Hawks and Suns are making new changes here. As right now, the new couple players for the Suns are checked out. Lee Koji are checked out as Lee moves in. Shamet checks in. And also with the new changes here for the Hawks. Holiday and Bogdanovich are checked out. Bogdanovich moves over as Koji's checked in. Biyombo flings over to Shamet. Licks it over to Payne. Back over to Lee. Lee finds an open man to Payne. Looking over, and it's tipped away by Krejci. That's his first steal and a first turnover on Phoenix. Bogdanovich looking over for 3. In and out. Lee with the rebound. Now takes it over the other way. Finds Craig. Oh, he dunked this again. He's heating up 4 in the night.
I just really can't believe it. He's really like a tough one. What a jam! What a jam! You just don't have to repeat that.
What an excellent move. And that will be a first bucket score for Kaminsky.
I don't know about Kaminsky, but it looks like it's a very tough one to get over the win.
Lee over to Biyombo. Biyombo back over to Shamet. Fade-off shot up. It's missed out. Capella with the rebound. Young right over to Krejci and makes the drive. And Trae on the 6.
He is a good look here on a great open pass.
Payne swings to Lee. Moves back to Payne. Now moves over to Lee. Shamet going for 3. Tipped out, and it will carry with Suns ball to stay alive.
They're a very good comeback out there. They're going to need to try to look open carefully.
4 players checked in, Ayton, Bridges, Booker, and Paul. As 5 players are checked out, as Capella stays on the court, but now it's off the court. Here's Booker. Back to Paul. Right to Craig. In the middle, Ayton. And that will be a 3-second violation. That turns it over into Hawks ball.
Well, you wasted time here, and that's what happens. You have to try to like get out of the paint. You can't let the other players get around and fool you. They're very tough, and to be honest though. He wants to create more room and then have some more space. He doesn't want to get called with that rule.
Holiday on Paul. Looking in the middle. Okongwu! A terrific slam dunk, and Holiday with the assist.
Now that, what do you call that? A dunker.
We're down to 60 seconds to play in the first half as Booker looking for another witch. Switches. Ayton with the screen. Paul drive. Good! They're back up to do it again. Up by 6. Outscoring the Suns bench by 10. A tough one for the Hawks.
They're really a tough teams out there, and it might be a little bit too hard to get over it.
Holiday finds Johnson inside, and he's fouled and off the target. Chris Paul receives his first personal. Another team foul on Phoenix. And as of now, Aaron Holiday is at the free throw line for another Hawks free throw percentage.
They're just really getting over things right now because the Hawks are looking for a way to prove it back, to fight for another one. Because they are tired of it and they don't want to try to like lose it off again. After a couple seasons out there, they lost against the Toronto Raptors, they lost against the Thunders. I mean, they're going to need to get back into it.
Holiday makes the first free throw. Now Sarge is checked in for Craig. Another change up here for the Griffin group of the look, as Griffin comes in right now for Bogdanovich. And he didn't hit the next one. Here's Sarge. 40 seconds to play in the second period of the first half. Bridges back over to Paul. Paul back over to Bridges. Step around, layup drive, right off target.
A little too hard, gotta like take it slow.
Culver. Oh no, the ball went whisked out. That was Culver's mess up.
And that turns over for Atlanta to Suns ball.
Stop the clock at 11.5 seconds. Now here's Booker. We'll have to close it off here for the first half. And Booker, no time to give. That ends the first half. A 30-25 score. They lead by 5. And we'll send you over to David Aldridge on the sideline in just a bit after the second half of the halftime show.
Thanks, Kevin. Chris, hot start, full finish. What happened out there?
We came out with a lot of energy, but in the second quarter it died down a little bit. You know, it's real. Everybody's very excited. You know, our team's excited, their team's excited. Music's excited. You know what I mean? So we just got to calm down and play a little bit.
And I'm excited. Thanks, Chris. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. Please stand by for the halftime show. See you later. It's a journey to make an incredible moment to go with the fight back in between of Eastern and Western Conference matchup. Let's take a look at the first half of the game. What a terrific releasement for the Hawks. They're trying to fight back for it in between the range. But sometimes ever of DeAndre Ayton looking good and comfortable out there. Also with Torian Craig. The Suns are making a good look in between the hands. But there might be too much to get over right in between if they want to push back into it. Well, for Atlanta Hawks, they've lost a couple seasons back then, playing against the Raptors at home and playing against the OKC Thunders at the Paycom Center. It will be too much to call it, but it might be a lot harder than it goes by. We'll have to see if they can get back into it. In the meantime, it's time to head you back over to the State Farm Arena. We'll see you again here for the post-game show after the game. See you later. It's the moment of realizing the Hawkeye of the ball game. Welcome back to the State Farm Arena as we're about to set the third quarter. Torian Craig releases a great opportunity start. 11 points, a rebound and a block. He's a perfect starter here tonight, guys. What do you think of him?
I always loved that Torian Craig was definitely a great start here. And for so much of all that, how well he has done so far, however, he made a great way to make it spread, in his words, to his life moment to make that one a good look of his ability. I agree with him. He's really like a great opportunity range that he really has never done it before.
And back to Paul. He swings off to Mikal Bridges, finds Torian Craig. Up and over. It's tipped away by Capella. Fast break. Here we go. Bogdanovich missed the three. Didn't able to make the tie game too soon. It's too tough to call. Bridges right over to Booker. Booker with the two. And no good on a two-point range.
He's off target. Can't let that happen with the other man if you're going to try to like go over it. You got to do your best as you can make it. So what happened? Don't want to like lose it off too soon.
Wow, way too off the market.
You're gonna have to get out of here.
And he's fouled as Johnson picked up his second personal off-number team foul on Atlanta. Devin Booker, a pass by McCall Bridges, was going to be able to make the relief, but it did turn out too soon, so Booker will have to head to the free throw for tonight for the Suns. It's true, to be honest. Devin Booker really was going to try to keep it all in tight range, but so far, he's a lot of comfortable to get over and out of here. Booker hits the first. And talk about Devin Booker here. Their tough teams are always come out by. And they definitely did notice a tough win and a loss. I mean, the third seed is a better chance to make the playoffs and head to the conference finals to the finals. It's very tough to keep an eye on that here because most of the players are definitely on hijacking on the moment to make that one play a bigger, better, and moment of all the cases out there for the players to try to boost up their credits.
I see so far. Third seed is the best way to get into it. Just like Boston Celtics and the Golden State Warriors.
Johnson over Craig and makes a shot. A two-pointer connection feed. A comparison by Craig and Johnson. He is down by 4 points.
Looking for a big score here for tonight.
Bridges, called for three. Got it! Three-pointer is up in the range, and they extend the lead so far. A 39, 35, 29. He's very tough one.
Just believe it.
Johnson on Craig. Looking for a step back. Johnson looks over to Griffin. Shot clock is 6. With a tough one. Shot for Young. They take it back. Capella over on it and finally has a rebound and a bucket score.
Great callback. Clint Capella really's got it all the down.
Timeout call by Phoenix Suns. That'll be their first timeout here for the second half of the game. Now they are definitely tough enough to make the list out there. If you want to try to prove it, you gotta believe it.
I know, they're definitely always going to believe out here. And for sure, in a moment of this one, I'm just really seeing things like in the good hustle and the bustling out of there.
They're just really like a good pace out there so far. And just to tell you that this reaction was definitely the best of episode 11 since I've already noticed one here before. But how do you think were most of the comparisons in between episode 7 of the Anime Insanity Invitational to episode 11 feels like?
Well, it feels like you're going to definitely enjoy your bigger time. I mean, you're going to definitely love that one. I mean, so much to compare with. Pets and cakes.
Just really have to call for in between for this one. And I think they're going to love it there too.
So far, I really like the cake. Cake is really that big, and I just really say they're awesome.
I think the new episode of the Pets really knows their way. Thanks to showing off with their newest look here, since I have never really seen it before. Hopefully they got a good one. Now the new changes are coming in right now for the Suns. As 5 players, Craig and Paul are checked out, and Payne and Okoji are checked in. Okoji is fouled. Johnson has his third personal foul. Holiday and Bogdanovich are checked in. And just not a good sight. Nathan McMillan really has to try to look for a different approach. Okoji at the free throw line shooting 2.
They're really hustling it up. I mean, those fans are definitely tight range to take a beat out of it. They're going to try to keep over the fight.
Okoji went too short.
He's not really going to try to go for number 1, but he's really a hard on this impact. He didn't want to take his time. He never really wanted to get up there. I hope he's going to try to keep the pressure out of him if he wants to get off to a good start.
Second free throw is good for Okoji. He finally got the point. Waited quiet so far in the first half, and now he's in for the second half. Here's Holiday, covered up by Booker. Make a switch, back to Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich on Bridges, back to Holiday. Looks over to Young. 5 to shoot. Young for 3. Rebounded by Capella. Capella reversed the layup and they put it back up in again. They're down by 3. The tough scores are going to be tough ones out there for tonight. Payne back to Booker. Booker, round it, wake it up, and make the drive count, dunk it in. Booker has got his second bucket score. That's 4. He's really on a great start. A mobile one drive for Phoenix. A back-to-back drive-ins for the best part of the series. Young on all day. Here's Bogdanovich. In and out. Went too short. Okoji right back to Booker, taking another rebound. He only has 2 so far. Didn't get enough to get over it. He's really a tough ankle spot of the eye. I mean, they're very tough scores to try to take it over. And very not a tough one to go right around it. Here's Bridges, a fadeaway shot and making a bucket score as Cameron Payne takes the assist. He is picking up a good 2-point scores. And open feed. What a releasement! Capella, a bucket 2 on 8 points in the paint.
I know he's just staying in there that long. You can never just raise out that one here if you want to try to stop on a wins.
Booker finds Bridges. Bridges back to Payne. 5 to shoot. Looks over to Aiden for the 2.
And it's rebounded by
Okoji. Jump ball called. Capella and Okoji. He is lifting up here for tonight. And a block just one more time here for Aiden.
You seen that one. That was very the tough one, and I could definitely tell that one there a very great scoring operation.
They're just going for a bigger momentum out there to make it live. Atlanta wins it. Here's Young back the other way. Inside, driving, you get it! The bucket score runs inside. They are down by 3. Timeout called by Phoenix, their second timeout. Just 1:19 left in the third quarter. They're looking for a big moment to come back with a releasement to make it scoring big.
It's really like a tough one to make that one. And good, look, open range.
They really want it all.
I'm just seeing sometimes. There can be a lot of great moment out there.
Tonight's coverage of the game of the NBA of 2K Sports is brought to you by AT&T 5G, your local Kia dealers, the official vehicle of the NBA, and by Mountain Dew. A tough score has been released in here. The Hawks are down by 3, looking for a chance to tie the game in between by those 2.
I'm just going to see what's going to happen right now. But they're very tough one in here. They're going to try to take it over from in between.
But it looks like it may be a rough call if they want to get back into it. Shabbat for 3. Takes away. What a stop by Kurji. Krejci has a second. Drive and score buckets follow. And now they're down by 1. Payne with the ball. Slinks off to big dive by Elmo. Bayambo right back to Lee. Saric comes in for a screen. Looks inside. Saric. Back to Lee. Lee with the shot. Gets it back. Looks over to Saric. Wrap around the layup. And he can't away with it. Saric has got a second bucket and assist by Lee.
Wow, they're getting away with that one. They're really gonna have to try to get over and just try to stop one.
They really are definitely a tough team to get. Okongwu, shot's good. Another 2 bucket scores. Coming back down, but trail it again. Shamit with the ball. Now swings to Saric. Saric covered up by Okongwu. Back to Shamit. Over to Lee. 5 to shoot. Inside by Umbo. Around it. Layup no good. And the end of the third quarter is finished. A 42-41 game. This could be a chance for the Hawks to win the game if they beat the Suns.
Suns are a pretty impressive team. They're just gonna get it off.
Fourth quarter will be underway next. So we'll catch you all after the break.
Bring on the team. Let's do it.
And a moment now to release the State Farm assist of the game.
Here's what I have to call for one by one. Now you have to tell what is going to happen. This play was definitely turning out great. What a pass by Aiton, and that was Torian Craig that really has gotten into it. He's a great player. Really well placed out there. And I wonder if he's going to try to do this thing again, if he wants to go right back to it.
3 quarters have already played, but now this is the final quarter. Looking for a Hawks to beat the defeating team in the Western Conference Finals of the Suns. Here's another look. Another miss by the Hawks. Oh boy, looks like a tough defender of Chris Paul got it in his hands. I thought this was almost to be a foul call, but he did hold on. Bridges. Swings back to Torian Craig. Lost the ball. Takes away by Young. Young with the first steal of the game. And out of bounds is picked up. Another alley-oop unsuccessful for Atlanta. He didn't really have it all, and he just didn't have the right timing to get over it.
It's definitely true, because if you get off the alley-oop pass, you're not going to succeed it if you're going to get over it.
Now Booker checks in for Sarge. Here's Aiton. Aiton up again. Back to Paul. Now swings over to McCall Bridges. Bridges finds over Craig. Over again. Count the bucket and one. Torian Craig on a perfect road trip here for another bucket score. And Johnson with the foul.
Oh man, I see that Torian Craig has already been picked up things like he never did here before. He's really like a great heavy, just a hot player that he has always done. Perfect start. He's doing really well, just keeping an eyes on him.
Craig makes it in. That's going to be 14 points for his season, and he's definitely making a great win to make it over. And he's fouled. That's on Aiton with a second personal, another team foul on the Phoenix. And they're looking for a chance to hit another 2 free-throw line as Okongwu is at the free-throw line. Looking for a chance to catch down by 2.
Tough matches. They're very tough when they go over it. They're going to need to get it back.
First free throw, good for Okongwu. As you can call right now, Nate McMillan is calling for somebody else right now to hold the hands on pressures. Find a different approach. Don't take over for the defenders, because they know they got it all down. We need to try to stop them. We've lost 2 games here in every part of the season. This was very tough that he has never done here before.
And just to talk about that one here, he is not going to try to kick this up again. And you know what, McMillan has never received a win here, and too much to recall at that time. They really need something else to try to get over it.
Bridges right back to Booker. Inside now, and rejected off by Okongwu.
Okongwu, what a save!
Bogdanovich can't make the three to make the lead. And back again is Ayton. He rolls over to Paul. Now swings off. Ayton lifts it off. Almost going to be top angle. But DeAndre Ayton holds it tight. A great alley of the drive in of Mobile 1.
He is already on a great roll streak. Very tough one to go by.
Bogdanovich looks over to Johnson. Just 4:05 left to go. Griffin up again. Screen on Johnson. Looking for a three. Bogdanovich going for it. Oh, and he missed that one. Couldn't make a stop.
That's tough ones. They're really always picking up a fight.
Booker for three. Out of range sight. Bridges tries again. Stolen by Johnson. Bogdanovich on a fast break. Looks over to Griffin. Looking over is Bogdanovich. Screen. Trying to make a move. Bogdanovich up. Rebounded again. In and out.
Oh man, that Craig was definitely going to try to keep it over again.
Ball right over to Craig. Puts it over to Booker. With a drive. In you go. Booker with the drive moment. That's 6 points for Booker. Extend a lead by 6. Down to 3 minutes left to play. Looking over is Griffin. With a fade shot. Excellent D by McCall Bridges as Ayton takes it back.
I've seen so many of them. They're really too much to get right into back to feed the scores. They're not very tough one to try to get over it.
Ball with the 2. Fade away. Rebounded by Ayton. Booker. Try to roll it over. Let the clock wind down. Ayton with the 2. Another miss by Phoenix. Griffin back in again. Looking over. Okongwu! He got it! That's just going to be another great look of a slam dunk drive.
He's really pressure. He can definitely count that one. The teams are getting louder. They're looking for a win.
Booker! Unbelievable moment. And then that was going to be a break-off ankle as Booker just came back.
Without the first half, the second half really gives it all they've got.
Timeout called by Atlanta. Just a 2:03 left to go. They still have lots of time before the end of the game has appeared. Now they're going to need to talk things over again to look for a different range.
I know. This was a really tough thing that they really need to get over this one at all the costs. Because a good place is a good way to make a timeout call and get right back into it where they have it.
And let's talk about this one here. Their tough players are really turning out to be an inbound to make a top picks of a play for the night of each games of the matchup. There might be too much to make a call out of it if they're going for a bigger banger, lifted out from the jail, and there might be too much to get over it. How does it feel to get over into this, guys?
Well, pretty sure this might be a really tough one to go right from in between the tricks.
If I have to call that one here, it's going to be a very tough one to make the legendary players to have a top rankings in here of the NBA best highlight moments in each games. And I'm thinking there might be much that they can always get. Agreed on that one. There may be too much of it if they can handle it all. And now we present you your New Balance player of the game, CP3, Chris Paul.
It is Chris Paul for sure. Now, terrific man. He is always definitely really a great player. The CP3 news is rural. He really loves to take his own valley time. And definitely the team can always bring him with appreciation.
Just 2 minutes left to play. Young looking for a way to get over it. Young for 3. And another miss by Atlanta. They're all over the place to make the 3. Bridges almost make the tip out of it. Oh, looks like Ayton would have made that one. With the shot. Another miss. Okongwu back the other way. Bogdanovich looking over. Young taking a 3. And he still didn't make making that one in time. Without John Collins, it may be too hard to make that one appearance to make the play. I'm just seeing too much of it. It really has to hurt someone with a lot of tense out there. CP3, no good with the angle shot. Here's Bogdanovich. Young, outside a look. Looks over to Bogdanovich. Two-pointer, too hard to handle. And Bridges. Back to Paul. Looking for Ayton. Craig, back over to Booker. With the shot, in. Rebounded off by Ayton. And takeaway by Young. Pass, here he comes. Griffin. Trying to hold a man on him. Free for Young, will he get it? Yes! Back in again! But it will be too much to make the call out of it if he wants to make a steal out of it.
They're really tough calls out there. They need some help. They better be ready.
Back to Paul, right over to Booker. 20 seconds to go. Paul back to Booker. Back to Paul. With the two, release. Oh my goodness, what a terrific moment of Chris Paul, a CP3 killer. They are crushing the team, and a lot of moment of this play was turning out a terrific run. Oh my goodness,
There are really tough ones to call when the ankle breaks. They're out of here in their mind. They've never seen it coming.
just to believe that one here, there is a tough callings in the bout. I'm going to tell you now, there are tough teams, but they have already played great. Just to say about this one, it's a lot of hard moment that they have always played.
Well, this really has to turn things out, and there's always a good moment out there. The players, they are very hard. They do their best. They really like to take their warm-ups and shots, and they want to give it all that they have here. So much to say, it really has to turn things out here out on the road.
No timeouts left here for Atlanta Hawks, as only Phoenix Suns will have 2 timeouts remaining. At this moment, he has to turn things off, a bigger deal. Coming into our last possessions here for each teams. Young. Bogdanovich deep 3. Rebounded. And that will end the game. Wow. A disappointing effort. The Suns destroys the Hawks. A 53-48 final score. Just like it happened with the back-to-back change of home and away games. It's time to head over to close the game of David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Who do you have?
Thanks, Kevin. Chris, what does a win like this do for you at this time of the season?
Hopefully it gives us a little momentum. We got a tough stretch coming up. We got our back-to-back next week, so hopefully it just gives us a little momentum.
We'll see if you can keep it going again. Thanks, Chris. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, DA, thank you very much. With a tough score, tremendous game, this is Son of Beast, along with Fan and Lightbulb. We'll see you all here for the next game. Get home safe, and good night in Atlanta. Now we go to OJ to close the game of the postgame. All yours. All right there, thank you all three. It's been a pleasant to make that one a great game, this one. But this turned out to be the upset how this all turns out. Just to believe it in between from the ultimate range of 53 to 48, that was like a toughest score that nobody has ever really wanted to take away from it. I'm going to tell you now, the tough players are always inbound. With that one, a lots of free throws here to take over here for the Suns of 88%. Free pointers are a little bit low off the angle. Nobody wants to give it all, but that might be too much to recall in between from that one. Fast break points was an even score. Points in paint was perfect for the Hawks. And definitely the second chance points was 6 for the Hawks. 21 for the Hawks and the bench points with assists back to Phoenix Suns. Lots of great offense rebounds and defense rebounds for the Suns. They're really picking up pressure. And 6 steals only beat the Hawks. 3 blocks just turned out to be a way wicked off the run. And turnovers was the least. Fouls, dunks, biggest leads, and time of possession has always been played here 13.03 per minute. So that really has to turn things off to a great game. A tough one that the Hawks couldn't make the win here, this one. That's their third losing streak of the season that they've already been played out. After taking over of the Raptors, the Thunders, and of course, the Suns. It's time now to present your 3 star players of the game. Let's go over into here. First up for the first star. This all has to be all the Suns. CP3. 10 points, 1 rebound, 5 assists, and a steal. Amazing effort of his game. A New Balance player of the game. He's really well at this point. He's tough though when you need him. Number 2 is DeAndre Ayton. He is up on deliberation. Just 1 dunk and 2 blocks and 2 assists here with a rebound of 8 and 12 points in the game. Well, I gotta tell you now that DeAndre Ayton has taken over it. What a start. And for your number 1, that one will have to improve the perfect score releasement to make that one more count a field goal percentage. A perfect releasement for Torrey Craig on 14 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, a block, and only 2 dunks performed. A perfect field goal range. What a terrific game here for Torrey Craig. And without the Nuggets, they're really off to a great start here for the first and second half to close it off in the end. So that is it. I'd like to thank you all for watching of this presentation of the NBA 2k23. You'll stick around here for the next game in the New Year's section. You'll have to find out what it will be. And I guess that I will be back here very soon on the next couple of games. But right now, as are being said here, that me phone will be back here for next game. As for the next one here for the New Year, and of Son of Beast will be in the pregame show. And of course, on the other hand, well, we have always been noting it for Paintbrush. Really are going to just try to get things up to a different look of a range. So thank you for watching for this game, and I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your night. So with that being said, peace out folks for a while as the NBA 2K23 dial. This is OJ, Son of Beast. To see you again very soon. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
If you don't, somebody will.